press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students, welcome back to your social science class. We will continue the chapter Social and Religious Reform Movements. So till the last class, in the previous class, we stopped at Aligarh Reformation Movement. Today we will move into the Ramakrishna Mission or the Ramakrishna Mutt, okay, and what it has to say to us. Then if we can move forward, we will also move forward into the Theosophical Society, okay, Annie Besant. Now, even in the Ramakrishna Mission, they have emphasized on certain social issues that were discussed by previous reformers also, like poverty, illiteracy, okay, discrimination. Basis is discrimination everywhere. The basic fight that they had in the society was for discrimination that happened both based on caste and gender. Now, I hope you have started thinking on certain questions that I asked you to think on, and you need to really question, students. Questioning will make you think better. If you don't question and if you are a very passive listener, just passive meaning whatever I say you take in, no, that is a very wrong way of learning. Whatever I say you must not take it fully, but you must rather think beyond what I am trying to tell you, okay? Think apart from what I am trying to tell you. There may be certain things that I may not be telling you. Certain things maybe I may not have be read of, or I may not have any information on, okay? It's not that I should know, I know everything, no, not like that. It is you and I make this learning process better, okay? Both we must work together. Now, if I can teach you only if you are there, okay, and if I am there, you learn, that's it. So we are interconnected. That is the word I have used so many times. I myself am bored about that word. I'll have to search for a synonym for it now. But the connection that is there is needed, okay? So that is how you'll have to question yourself. Now, connection within yourself, and that's your mind and body, is also needed. You must question what's happening and what you are studying in the lessons. Now, what they have spoken in Ramakrishna Mission is also somewhat similar to what Dr. Ahmed spoke about, okay, Sir Ahmed spoke about, what Mahatma Phule spoke about, or whoever it was spoke about in anything. Now, this Ramakrishna Mission has given India a very spiritual growth, okay, in terms of spirituality. Now, we believe that religion is associated, or religion is the what is spirituality. Spirituality can be in different ways. It's not only religion can be associated with spirituality, yet there are other things also associated with having that spirit within you. Okay, what is spirituality? Having a certain kind of spirit in order to do certain things. Now, if you're doing good for the society, your spirituality isn't doing good for the society. It's not always praying, okay, have all images around you, or go to the religious places and pray, not like that. That is your own belief. You may go, you may not go, that is left to you. Okay, you go there, you do your pujas or you do your worships, whatever it is. That is left to each individual. They have their own faith. Now, we cannot question anybody's faith. If anybody doesn't want to do it, it is left to them. But a certain kind of spirituality was talked about in Ramakrishna Mission. That is a sense of being. That is, I must feel who I am. I must know who I am properly. Okay. We'll discuss about what are the other things that they focused on in order to tell how you attain that spirituality, or how you attain a certain kind of a final stage as such, where you feel very happy, where you feel very contented with what you do, okay. So they contributed to spiritual growth, okay, a man's spiritual growth. Then nationalistic awareness, that is awareness in and around what is happening in our society in the view of the whole country. Nationalistic awareness and cultural development. In terms of traditions, beliefs, okay, values and whatever. It's cultural development that was happening. Now Swami Vivekananda, just a second, Swami Vivekananda founded this Ramakrishna Mission. Okay, Swami Vivekananda founded this Ramakrishna Mission at Belur near Calcutta in 1897. Where is that? In Belur, Calcutta, 1897. Okay, Belur, Calcutta in 1897. Swami Vivekananda founded this Ramakrishna Mission. Now there is another ashram, okay, Advaita Ashrama, that is a branch of this Ramakrishna Mutt. Okay, we have seen mutts, isn't it? Mutts are there in many places, and that has its focus on other places that are there. Okay, so one such mutt is Ramakrishna Mutt. Different places have different names for those mutts that are there, different places of worship that are there. Different places have different names, but here it is Ramakrishna Mutt. Along with this, there was another branch or such alike, okay, that was called as Advaita Ashrama. Advaita Ashrama was a branch of Ramakrishna Mutt. Now if you have seen, these mutts have schools, mutts have training centers, okay. So ashrama was one of the branch of this. Schools are there, colleges are there, then training centers are there, learning skill based trainings are there, where various mutts give various facilities like that to the people there. That is service for the people, they do service for the people, okay. Here ashrama was built near Mayavati near Almora in Uttarakhand, okay. Mayavati near Almora in Uttarakhand. Uttarakhand, okay, not Uttar Kannada, Uttarakhand. Mayavati, Almora in Uttarakhand, this ashrama was founded, which is a branch of the Ramakrishna Mutt. Now, this Ramakrishna Mission was started to take or give out the message and thoughts of Sri Ramakrishna. Okay, he was the guru of Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda's guru was Sri Ramakrishna, and to take his guru's message, guru's thoughts, Swami Vivekananda started Ramakrishna Mutt. Now Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was a worshipper of Kali, okay, Kali Mata you say, right? Yeah, that one. So Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he was a worshipper of Kali, and he was also a priest at the Calcutta Kali Mandir, okay. Kali Mata Mandir is there. If you have heard, Kali Mata Mandir is there, okay, mandirs are there like that. So his guru was a worshipper of Kali Ma, and then he was also a priest of in this Calcutta Kali Mandir. Now what he said is, one must attain moksha. What is moksha? Your eternal bliss, or your deepest realization, or okay, deepest realization or deepest feeling that you have crossed over what is worldly, okay, moksha. Then he said we get moksha through jnana, dhyana, okay, dhyana, that is meditation. We have that eternal bliss through meditation and bhakti, okay. We get it through meditation and devotion, okay, through bhakti and dhyana we get moksha, he said. Who said? Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. and his life was an example of he attaining that moksha. That is, you are not worried about what is happening at the surface, but you are in a different way of mind, okay? And then he believed all religions are the same, okay? Be it any basic religion that is there, he said all religions are the same, and their way of attaining moksha and believing in God or attaining the presence of God is similar in all the religions. Now, different religions may be having different practices. Hindu culture may be having a different, the Christians may have a different way, the Muslims may have a different way, but what is important here, all religions have belief, isn't it? All religions have faith in their God. We have divided it into different gods and we have different prayers in different languages. But ultimately what is important, the faith that is there is important. All religions have faith, isn't it? And we feel the presence of God. We feel that we get our prayers answered. We get what we want. Ultimately it is a game of your mind and your belief in God. Okay, so that is how. So he believed all religions are the same, all religions' way of attaining moksha and belief in God is the same, and he didn't like idol worship. Okay, idol worship is you keep your murtis and you keep your statues, okay, and then do your pujas there, and then he didn't like that. He didn't like idol worship. We still do, okay, we still do idol worship is there, but he didn't like it at that time even too. Now, in order to spread the teachings of his guru, that is Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Swami Vivekananda founded this mission, that is Ramakrishna Mission. Now, Vivekananda was born into Shata family in Calcutta, okay. Then he studied both Western and Eastern philosophies that are there. Eastern is our side, West is the foreign countries. So he studied both the philosophies of both the places, and then he understood how Indian philosophy is different from what philosophy the Westerners have, or what philosophy we get from the West. Now, once he had studied the differences in the philosophy, he started preaching how Indian philosophy is important to the Indians and the Westerners alike, okay. Now, after that he went on to roam India for 5 years, and once he started to roam, when did he roam? After the death of his guru Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he went on to roam India for 5 years, and once he roamed there, okay, he understood the real reality of India, the social reality of India. Okay, what was the exact reality of India after he roamed for 5 years after the death of his guru. Now, Swami Vivekananda, he also didn't like discrimination, and he wanted a caste-less society. That is, nobody should be given a tagline of a caste. He wanted a caste-less society, and he saw that our society was too much involved with caste-based discrimination. We still have, I have been telling you, we still have caste-based discrimination. You go and fill any kind of form, they ask you your religion and your caste. Okay, schools, colleges, or any government forms that are there, they ask you your religion and caste. I don't understand why, but they still ask it. Okay. Maybe certain procedures are there because scholarships are there and subsidies are there, okay. Maybe for a purpose to get their status or get their statistics, I don't know. But it's a choice, it should be left as a choice whether I want to tell my caste, religion or no, that's it, okay. Whatever, we have to adapt to what is happening in and around us. So Swami Vivekananda didn't like it. He wanted a caste-less society where when he roamed for India, roamed about India for 5 years, he saw everybody was deeply involved in this caste-based discrimination that was happening. Each person was being discriminated according to their caste. After that, other things that he noticed along with this caste-based discrimination is exploitation that was happening, okay. Everything was wrongly happening in the society. There was poverty, people were not having their basic needs. There was illiteracy, people were not educated enough, okay. and there were divisions among Indians. That is upper class, lower class and middle class, whatever it is. We still have divisions. A certain religion believes that they are on the top and wants to do everything on their own. But whereas the other religions are there, they are leading their life, but have a lot of problem with the majority religion taking a task on them, taking a toll on them. Okay, so it's happening, divisions are still there among Indians. And that is why it leads to fights, isn't it? If somebody is passing by and if somebody is having any procession or something, there's another religion coming to disrupt it. People are not allowed to walk in peace. Okay, all situations happening. What I feel is everybody should mind their own business and let people do what they want, but not harm the society in any way. Nobody should harm or nobody should become a difficulty to the society. Everybody should live peacefully and happily. That day is going to come very late. We may or may not be able to see it. Okay. Now, after that, Vivekananda believed that we must educate people first. We must give them a certain kind of literacy first. Okay, and then we should tell them to change themselves. He is very right, isn't it? You first educate them. Now, in education also, education should be very right education. Okay. Teaching should be very right. Teaching, I told you, you should not be passive learners. You should be active learners. Teachers also should not be passive. Teachers should be active. Active teachers make active learners. That's what I believe. Active teachers make active learners. Passive teachers make passive learners. Whereas on your contribution, you also should be a very active learner, which means if the teacher says one statement, in your mind there should be two. That is, think of another opposite statement to a counter-attack statement to it. Okay, that's how discussions and debates help for the better future. So education plays a very important role, and education system is like what they write in the textbook or what is being told to you should be told very right. Only when there is right education, he says, reformation can happen. That is, change can happen. Even if people are not educated or there is no way to open the minds of people, then they will be still dumb with whatever they have to think. Or they will be still backward in thinking that because they have not explored, because they have not seen what's around them, because they have not been exposed to certain situations. And when you're not exposed, when you don't have an attempt to learn it, then you will still be backward in your thoughts. Okay, that is why it is emphasized on reading books. Why? Because it takes you to a different world. Even if you have not visited that country, it takes you to a different world only if you get deeply involved in reading it. Okay? Just try reading a storybook which doesn't have or which has an Indian story. Take an Indian story of a different state, read Indian campus novels first. Okay? Indian campus novels first, and then go to a bigger ones. Even the Indian society that you are reading will take you to a different world, because the local area that you may be living in may have a different perspective, but what the writer has written has written on based on where he or she is living. So you have got an idea of what is happening there also. And then the day you go there and visit, by chance maybe you get a chance to go there, you get an opportunity to go there, and then you see the reality, and then you can match of what you have read, because what you read is stored, okay, it doesn't go anywhere, at least bits and bits are there in the mind. And then you match the reality, and then you must question yourself. So that is how. He said education is important for reformation. Alright, very rightly said. Okay, only education can improve if there are correct educators, if there are right educators. Okay, I told you active teachers make active learners. So that is the basic policy and this framing of the syllabus. Alright, we'll move forward. Now, he wanted legal institutions, like certain authoritative institutions which can give you proper rules to make these changes. Now certain rules have to be implemented. To implement them, you need a body for that. You need an office for that. You need a council for that. That council should have a certain kind of authority. Now without authority, you cannot issue anything. If you issue anything, then it will become a problem. So legal authorities, he needed legal authorities and legal bodies to implement certain laws that are punishable, such are certain crimes that are done or certain things that are not acceptable in the society, which could lead into a better reformation of the society. Now then he wanted people to stop following Western ideas blindly. Now even in this day, we are in competition with the West. Okay, why is there debate on we losing our traditions? Why is there debate on we losing our values? In terms of clothing, in terms of food habits, or in terms of anything. The Indian society has changed from what it was earlier. So we are having a discussion on this. Why is the West influencing the East too much? Now you cannot comment on anybody's clothing, okay? That's left to them. But the adaptation that has happened is from the West. Alright, are you getting my point? The adaptation that has happened has happened from the West. Okay, there has been a Western influence on us. Swami Vivekananda said people should stop getting influenced by the West. Now, at that time he may have said that, but at this time when times are changing, we must adapt it to the changes that are there and let people have their own freedom, unless and until they don't do any harm to anybody who is in and around and to the society at large. Okay? Then he said it's every religion's duty to give knowledge, it's every religion's duty to show them the correct path, to provide light. Okay? There is a hymn, okay? I can't remember it. It is this little guiding light of mine, I'm going to let it shine, let it shine, let it shine all the time, okay? Yeah, that is the hymn light. Let this little guiding light of mine, I am going to let it shine, let it shine, let it shine all the time. Okay, then there is that's the chorus, and then there is the para. So he said religion has the duty to show us the light. Every religion's duty to show you what is light, to show you the correct path that is there, and do not involve in fights like this or violence like that, or make money or spoil people or have hatred towards, jealousy towards others. No, but have love, have peace, have joyfulness. Be cheerful in what you do. That is what he believed. Okay. Now, he said without religion providing you any light or religion providing you any good path, there is no use of any religion. If there is any religion which is not showing you the right path, if there is no religion that is showing you what is correct and what is wrong, then that religion is of no use. Okay. He said the one who responds to the poor is Mahatma and the one who doesn't is Duratma. So, one who responds to the poor is, now if anybody there is a poor, and if there is any poor person, and if you can give you a helping hand, if you can aid that person, then you become Mahatma. But if you don't do it, or if you ignore and go, then you become Duratma. Now see, when you travel by bus, there are people who come, isn't it, saying that I am blind and give me money, or there are people coming begging. You need not always give them money. You have fruits in your bag maybe, you have something else in your bag maybe, you have a bottle of juice, give them. At least they'll eat that, isn't it? Even if there are children walking around, see children sometimes they start lying, okay? You must try to catch them properly, but I'm telling you in a way, you need not always give money. You can give them one day's meal. Give them fruits if they are there in the bag. Give fruit. Now if there are oranges in your bag, you believe, give them 1 or 2 oranges. Let them eat them. Okay. So it's not always give them money. Begging has to stop, but some people are helpless, you see, we have to understand their situation also. So don't always give money. They will buy with the money you give, yes, but what you give is also important. No? What you give is, see, if you have 5 oranges, if you give 1, nothing will be less for you. You have still 4 more. So at least he or she will eat 1. Okay? So that is how. That is what Vivekananda also says. He says, the one who responds to the poor is Mahatma, the one who doesn't is Duratma. Okay? Then he didn't like caste system, he didn't like untouchability that was happening, and supremacy, that is, my caste is authoritative or my caste is at the topmost, he didn't like that. We still believe in India, isn't it? A certain religion believes that we are on the topmost and wants to do India into the whole, it wants to convert India into a whole particular religion. Okay, believes that it's on the topmost. At that time also it's prevalent even today, it's still there. He didn't like it, Vivekananda didn't like it, having supremacy or authority over others and saying that my caste or my religion is the best, or my religion is on the topmost and other religions are inferior to us, okay, should follow us. No, not like that. Okay, now I would like to read something for you, just that's there in page number 52 for you. Understand it properly, okay. We should take the humanity to such a place where there is no Quran, Vedas or Bible. Still we need to attain this by attaining unity among Quran, Vedas and Bible. If our country there is a need for unity between, in our country there is a need for unity between Hindu and Islam. A Vedic mind and Islamic body is the only path of progress. Okay. So Swami Vivekananda's work, series 7, volume 238. He has written this like this, okay. He says, we have to take people and humanity to such a place that where we don't need Quran, Bible or the Vedas at all. People should only think of loving the other. People should only think of sharing and caring with the other. So at that time we need not divide people into saying that I believe in the Bible, I believe in the Quran or I believe in the Vedas. Okay? Humanity should go to such a level that Quran, Bible or the Vedas will not matter. Okay. Then he says we need to bring out this unity. We also have to, even now if we have our holy books also should be put together and there should be unity among us. Quran, the Vedas or the Bible also should be brought together to attain unity among people. He said Hindu and Islam must have unity. Okay, he spoke about then. Today also it's apt. In our country, he said, there is a need for unity between Hindu and Islam. Then he says, a Vedic mind and Islamic body is the only path of progress. I have a little problem with this statement. Okay, the Vedic mind and Islamic body is the only path of progress. It can be also like this, isn't it? Vice versa. Islamic thoughts in a Vedic or Islamic thought in a Hindu body is also a matter of progress. Okay, so I have a little problem with that statement, so I would not like to talk much on it. A Vedic mind and an Islamic body is the only path of progress. That is, looking beyond your religion and thinking of the other is also a matter of progress. It can be vice versa, isn't it? A Hindu body can think of Islamic thoughts. So that statement, I have no agreement with it. You can always agree to disagree, isn't it? So I have no agreement with that statement. It's free for your choice, okay? You may agree or disagree. It's not, don't take my words too seriously because I have a disagreement with it. But that is my point of view. So you can have your own point of view, okay? All right. Now, these Westerners, when Swami Vivekananda started to speak about all these things, these Westerners had understood how rich India is, how rich India's culture is when Swami Vivekananda went to deliver a speech in Chicago, okay? Chicago city in the Parliament of World Religions in 1893. He had gone to Chicago and there he delivered a lecture on how India's diversity is, and that is why Westerners were influenced on the cultural heritage and the cultural richness that India has for itself. Alright. Now he was speaking at the Congress of Religion, okay, religious bodies maybe, religious leaders were together and there was a congress, there was a meeting that was held in Paris in 1900 again, and at that time he spoke about the nationalistic ideas. That is how we'll have to focus on being a nation properly, how we'll have to focus on certain issues that are really important. What are the ideas that can bring nation together, not nature, nation together? How are people trying to associate themselves with the nation? What can people contribute in order to making the nation better? So all these question marks onto nationalistic ideas. Then before he went to Chicago, he visited Mysore and he visited the he visited as a guest to Chamraj Wadeyar the 10th, okay, and then when he visited Chamraj Wadeyar 10th, okay, the Wadeyar family, he visited the Raja there, Wadeyar 10th, and Swami Vivekananda gave his idea of they starting a school for the untouchable children. So as told by Swami Vivekananda to Wadeyar the 10th, he started a school for the untouchables, okay, people who are considered away from the society, people who are considered as not pure in the society. He started a school for them. Then Swami Vivekananda has written books on Jnana Yoga, Raja Yoga, Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga, okay, different books on these topics also. So his thoughts that were there, Swami Vivekananda's thoughts that were there, which he was influenced by his Guru Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he had thoughts of having a great freedom struggle that is there, and he said, he asserted that freedom includes social equality also. So he said, he asserted and he said that freedom includes social equality also. What is the meaning of that? When you give freedom, you must give it equally to everybody. Social equality, equality in basis of everything, freedom for everybody, not only for one person, but freedom for everybody alike, alright. So this is what Swami Vivekananda had to say, and his Guru, based on his influence of his Guru Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. So today we will wind up with Ramakrishna Mission, okay. I would not like to go further because Theosophical Society is also has a long explanation to give, okay. So that is how we have to think. That is what I told you. You can always agree to disagree with me or anything open, okay. So you must understand, because you are studying social science, you are not studying anything that you will have to by heart and anything you will have to memorize and keep. Now if it's a poem in English, you will have to memorize it, because a poem in English, it's the words of the poet there. He has written it and we cannot be changing it, and those are his views. But here you can question yourself, here you can ask yourself on what is being written and what is being actually happening in and around you. So with that one statement, I disagree. So you can agree or you can disagree, I leave it to you, okay. You should have an open mind for everything that's happening, alright. Now he has spoken about Hindu and Islam. There is another religion also, there are other religions also. Apart from Christianity, there is other religions also, isn't it? We also have to think about them, not only think about one or two of them, okay. So that is how you will have to give your thought on. Now we will wind up here, read this much and get ready for the next class. So thank you very much.